afternoon. Welcome back to Jolene and Jewel Design. As I mentioned this morning, if you watched this morning's video, I was talking about numbers and labels and things that I hadn't created for my two red and green kits. And I figured instead of just tacking it on, I would go ahead and give it a quick bonus video this afternoon. So thank you for coming back or catching this. And I don't do 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock videos very often, but it's more like an Etsy share. It's my Etsy share, but it's what I got going right now. Yeah, I realized as we were talking this morning, we were talking about when I was showing off the blue and green and pink words for Christmas, I still needed to do labels and I still needed to do numbers and things like that I didn't do last year for the red and green kits. So went ahead and made them up, and I knew they'd be, hopefully done by today, and so I wanted to show them to you guys this afternoon. So, and I have this page in front of us that we worked on just to show off some of the stuff. So in this pouch, you guys, I was able to create this, woohoo, and I put a bunch of 1-inch, ta-da, December Daily type numbers in it. So whoever gets this journal will actually get a kit of these numbers in it, in case this becomes something that becomes a December Daily. If not, it's just some fun ephemera that you get to have with it. So I did 1 through 31 and one blank out of these cute little green and red holly wreath image that I used a lot in the December door, Christmas at Your Door kit. So I came out of that kit, which is super cute, and I used sort of an antique-y brown that I liked that felt more, it's hard when it's smaller, it's not as obvious, but it was a little bit more antique. It wasn't chocolate brown, it wasn't gray brown, it wasn't taupe, but it was an in-between, and when it's highlighted or enhanced a little bit, it definitely had a little bit more of an antique-y feel to it, so it didn't seem like your standard. But anyway, there's all of these numbers, right? So you have this 1-inch punch. As you saw, I punched them out with a 1-inch. I had these as sheets earlier, got sidetracked, got ahead of myself, and started punching out the circle numbers, and forgot that I hadn't filmed it yet. So that was a little fun. But you get these numbers, and you get 2 washi strips below and above and below the numbers on the sheet. So your first sheet is 32 1-inch circles, 31 numbers, 2 washi strips of this cute holly washi that I had created in my kit. And so that's your first page, okay? So we have super simple, very uniform, same number and style throughout the whole thing. You're all good to go. Then your second, I have things roaming around, your second and third sheet, or I think it's first and second are the big ones, and the third sheet's the little ones, but either way. Then the other 2 sheets, isn't this cute? I took a little cream one, pocket on a pocket. See a little sneak peek of something that is going. I did rip that, didn't I? Ooh, okay, we'll have to fix that. Gotta do a hole punch or something. I thought I heard something when I was playing with it, and I was like, what's up? So I have to do a little reinforcing on that one. Okay, good to know, right? Okay, because this is gonna have, like, I've got this one for embellishment. I have a card in there, another vinyl, and then more embellishments in here. So I thought it was a good place to put this, but I'm gonna have to put a note on that. All right, so there's the little guys. Sorry. Then, I guess that might be distracting, right? Then we have the 1.5-inch punch. Now, these fit almost perfectly, depending on your printer. I think I printed them down, print to fit, to make sure nothing took a chances of printing off page, which there should be enough room that you should be able to print these at actual size, and nothing should get cut off. And at actual size, I have a feeling the 1.5-inch punch will be perfectly around the edge, and you may even trim off a smidge when you cut them. But I did pretty good at getting almost perfectly around the edges. So when we distress it, you're not even going to see the white. It's going to have a good coin effect. But again, there are 31 words at 1.5 inches. Now these guys are a little different though. These guys, every 5 words had a different design. So I did these guys this way. Okay. I don't know if you guys can even see. Let me move these up. So you have different images from my kit. So there's images from the Christmas Joy, and there's images from the Christmas at Your Door. Okay, backgrounds, imageries, but they're all holly, all poinsettia, all red and green, with this sort of antique-y number that has some highs and lows and some shadows in it to give it a little bit more depth. So when you distress it, you know, we get a really fun effect. I think it's fun. I mean, I think it makes it really pretty. These are what I do with a lot of my coin designs. I use a punch, you know, and that's really all it is just coins that are perfect circles, easy to punch with your hole punches, whether it's Recollect or all the different companies out there that have but you know, when you distress it, you really can't see the white if you happen to be a little off, and you have a lovely, lovely, lovely coin number for your December dailies. For 20, you could do 12 days of Christmas, you can do all 25 days of Christmas. Whatever you want to do, you have 31 numbers to play with. And then because there was leftover space on the sheet, I then made you plain coins as sort of an embellishment. So I took images and put them straight in the middle. I enlarged them, kept them simple, gave you great, so one without the wood behind it, one with the wood behind it. These guys do have the circle around it, so that's the only downside. I didn't quite cut that right. I wasn't paying attention. But you trim around a little bit. You have sort of a bordered white one. You can really distress. So anything I used in the background, and then a few, you know, just images in general, so that you had some coins to play with for decorations, to layer, to play with, to fill up the space on the paper. Because no one wants wasted paper. No one wants to have a big old chunk of white cardstock that you know, can't do anything with. So this is the page 2 and 3 or page 1 and 2 of the 3-page number kit. It will be the Vintage Christmas red and green number set. And these are great for December dailies. These are great for Advents. They're great for all kinds of fun crafty things. These would be a little big, but you could put them in a big happy planner. The big, me and my idea, big happy planners. This would be good for monthly. These could be great for the weekly shifts. You could do all 31 days in December. The little ones are good for a classic happy planner, or planner setup. If you do, you know, a week at a glance and you're doing your own sort of setup, those 1-inch ones would be good too. So they go both ways. So plenty to choose from. There is, what did I say, over 70, I think there's 40 of the 1.5 inches, there's 32 of the 1 inch, and then the two washies. So look at that, plenty to go with. So there's that. So these, and everything is labeled Vintage Christmas red and green for the numbers. I think, and then the labels are also the same. Christmas red and green journaling labels. My little pouch of numbers here. Woohoo, right? So then the other thing I wanted to share was the labels. I did them in all the different colors. I did them in autumn, and now I'm doing it for Christmas. This is to match the standard red and green. It has, you know, elements from the Christmas Joy and a few elements from the backings and stuff from the Christmas at Your Door. But the Christmas Joy definitely led to cute little labels, return label type feel. I did put a backing on behind it. I did put backings in some of these where there's some dimension. I distressed them. I highlighted them. Try to take some of that white off of them so they weren't so stark white. Now you could put this as I have it again on a coffee dyed or tea dyed cardstock to really grunge them up and give them a vintage feel. And then when you cut them out, you'd have very little white. Now I did put, though, like I said, I put a backing, one of my fabric backings that I love, behind the labels to give some more dimension. And I noticed when you did that, you could cut straight down the middle, and then you could cut around here and make label fronted journal cards. I mean, this is a label by itself, but you could cut this and make it a journal card. You could cut all kinds of different elements and sections of this and have the cutest, I think, journal cards with labels on it as your front. Back it again with a coffee dye. You can write on the back. You could write dates, numbers, names, cute little things where this label sheet doesn't have to be just labels. I could see the potential of cutting it up and making journal cards out of them, whether it's quarter 4 up, or whether you did them in smaller strips, or smaller sections, I should say, not strips. But you could cut this one off and have it this way. So the backing is now actually sort of beneficial and allows you a little bit more flexibility to have a fun, it almost reminds me of the mosaic like type of cards, because you have all these labels that are almost perfectly laid out, but it left you little blank rooms to maybe fill in with ephemera you could have some fun with this page. So this is a great page. Again, it's gonna be the Vintage Christmas red and green journaling label sheet. And, you know, you have the potential of making them journal cards. You can make them labels. You can do whatever you want, right? You have some extended use out of it. So I can't wait. I'm glad I haven't cut this one up yet. I really wanted to show you guys, but I'm itching to cut it up and put it in the journal. I need more elements. I have a bunch of journal cards and tags that I really need to layer up on before I go shoving them into the new journal. So gotta get working. But I wanted to show you guys these two things that we were talking about, realizing we had nothing, no embellishments outside of what's in the kits to add to our red and green Christmas kits. So you have words in the blue snowy winter kit from last year. You have, you know, pink words that are in the pink shabby Christmas. All the embellishments, both of those have, I think all three have mini file folder kits that have more embellishments. And, you know, they have all these things. And I realize I don't have anything yet, or very little so far, with the red and green. The red and green Christmas at Your Door kit does have a mini file folder set, which would give you a little more oomph. But I didn't make a sticker set out of that. I didn't do any more small embellishments out of the red and green. So this is definitely needed. So go look it up. Vintage Christmas red and green, Christmas red and green. All of those will, of course, find these elements. And down below, of course, in my description, underneath that little triangle, there'll be, I always have a paragraph of stuff. It has all my links, and it'll have the 2 links for both the words and the labels so that you can find them right away. So thank you for joining me really quickly and, adding to this day of videos. I know I had a not too bad of one that journaled with me this morning, but it's fun. It's worth it. So if you need some more emphasis, you need some more things to go with your kits, feel free and please go to my Etsy shop and check it out. Let me know what's going on. Please like, love, and subscribe down here. Find me on Instagram. Find me in Etsy, find me Facebook, find me everywhere. All my links, of course, are below in the description to find all these wonderful things. I really appreciate you joining into this quick reveal. Big reveal on Tuesday, of course, will be for the Cozy Winter Journal Kit and some fun Halloween craft with me with Shabby Dabba Doodah's Dreaded Red Halloween kit. I can't wait to play with it. I just want to do a fun, craft project with it. So hopefully you'll come along and do a little Halloween with me, or a little more Christmas, or a little more fall, whatever. But we'll do the whole chat and craft, or craft and chat, on Friday. I'm hearing that so much between Gail and Loretta. Of course, I'm going to start repeating it. It's a good phrase. It's a good phrase. Chat and craft, or craft and chat. So hopefully you'll join along with me some more next week. I know it's been a great month. It's been nice and busy. And hopefully you will continue on with me here, Jolene, with the Jewel Design. And we will talk soon. But take a look, take a peek, and see if it's what you need. Talk to you soon.